Now, a clip has been doing the rounds this week from an interview between transgender cyclist Veronica Ivy and alleged comedian Trevor Noah, who used to host The Daily Show on Comedy Central. Now, it's actually more than a year old now, but it's been doing the rounds on social media again, and it bears watching again. Take a look.
The very language of you were born and I'm not biological somehow, like I don't think I'm a cyborg. So like this idea that like, oh, you're not a biological woman. Well, I am a woman, that's a fact. I am female, so all my identity records, my racing license, my medical records all say female, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm made of biological stuff. So I'm a biological female as well. So this question of, do trans women have an advantage over cis women? We don't know. In fact, there's basically no published research on this question. However, there's good reason to think that there isn't, but I think it's irrelevant because we allow all kinds of competitive advantages within women's sport, because who gets singled out for scrutiny is based on white women's conceptions of femininity. And that's being weaponized against trans people too. So it's a fear of protecting the fragile, weak, cis white woman from the rest of us.
Now, Veronica Ivy came out as transgender in 2012, around the age of 30, and in 2018 won the World 200-metre cycling sprint record for women in the 35 to 39 age range, and the next day won the UCI Masters World Track Cycling Championship in the women's sprint, 35 to 44 age bracket, and the next year broke the 34 to 39 200-metre record. But Veronica says here, oh, I'm a biological female. You're not. You were born a biological male. And there's no evidence that a transgender woman has an advantage over biological women. I mean, some serious cognitive dissonance going on here, Sophie.
Caleb, I think this is a real worry, and especially when Ivy said, I'm made of stuff. This was all very vague. I can say, as a woman, I'm concerned when biological males want to compete in sport with biological females. They have an advantage. It's pretty damn obvious, but we seem to have this debate now that, you know, if you say that this is a problem or you're not for it, you know, you're somehow against transgender athletes, which is complete and utter nonsense. Caleb, I think this is such a developing and concerning issue, but can't we just go back to women, biological women, competing in sport with each other?
No, don't say it, Sophie. Oh, it's transphobic. Seriously, biological. We're all made of stuff. I'm glad to know I'm made of stuff. Now, I'm sorry to do this to you, Sophie, but I saw this. So now you do, and so does everyone else at home. Apologies in advance. There's apparently a gay festival in Berlin called Folsom Europe. It's been going for 20 years. It bills itself as the largest leather and fetish event in Europe, which I have to say has already turned me off. But take a look at some of the, shall we call them participants, who are wearing dog masks. I mean, what on earth did we just watch?
Caleb, seriously, I think they're happy. They seem to be very happy people. They're not hurting anyone. I'm probably not saying what you want to hear. I think let them go. If they're going to woof and carry on like a pooch, let them go, Caleb. They're not causing any harm. They're not ripping down buildings. They're not, you know, mauling things. So I say go for it.
Well, sure, they're not mauling things like a pit bull might, but I mean, what possesses someone to go out in public dressed up in a dog mask and you know, wail like they're having their hind leg pulled on?
It's a weird and wacky world, Caleb, but I think let them go.
It certainly is. And just very quickly, Sophie, The Guardian's been busy with the big issues this week. They've now uncovered that Footpaths are racist. To quote the story, the old, white, wealthy and healthy have access to miles more public footpaths in their local neighbourhoods than poor and ethnically diverse communities in England and Wales, according to a study. I mean, Sophie, what isn't racist these days?
So it's Cardiff and Liverpool, Caleb, that's apparently got racist situations with footpaths. I think this is really sad. Can we stop seeing everything through race? Who looks at a footpath and thinks that's some sort of race issue? I mean, I just want to walk on the footpath. I don't want to think who's at forum, whatever. Let's just walk down the damn thing.
Now, we'll have to start thinking about the colour of the concrete now, won't we? Thank you for joining me tonight, Sophie.